Hey everybody, welcome back to the Strange Pair because I'm Alan Wake and I shimmy and I shake. It's already taken. Oh jeez. Yeah, I really left myself in a crazy spot, huh?
Yeah, that's where we started talking about, like, past me and all that stuff, and it's like, oh, forget past me is stupid, because you're like, that's a problem for future me.
Yeah.
And then you ended the video.
Yeah. Jeez. Man, it really just did, like, keep us in the same spot, even though the console had went to, like, sleep mode and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems pretty good at, like...
Jeez.
Like, I think it's part of the whole quick resume thing, which is nice, but also really annoying a lot of the times. Like, for my personal console, like, if you play an older game, it'll just keep the game running even though you, like, physically hit close on the home screen. It's just like, nah, I kept it running for you so you could quick resume. And I'm like, no, I didn't want that.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's nice. I mean,
yeah,
I think
it really
a big
is
part
situational.
Of it, yeah, it's situational, and a big part of it is just at least knowing that it happens.
Yeah.
So that you can be ready for it, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Get up here. Heal up, hopefully.
It's still weird to me that you can't just stand in those spotlights and get at least a little health. Like, I'm not saying, like, it should be as much health regen as, like, standing in the big old lights, but, like...
Oh, my.
Oh, you did this before, and then you died, and then...
Oh. Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Actually, wait a minute. Have fun with that.
We didn't!
That wasn't fun at all!
You jerk! And then they died.
Yeah.
The end. Alan Wake just closes a book, and it's like...
The end. Boy, I am just fantastic. What is even up with that?
The was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling.
The darkness knocking over trees?
Yeah, like... It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird because it seems like the darkness needs, like, people to do stuff.
Uh-huh.
For the most part, or objects, obviously, but, like...
What?
What is that even? What? Literally, what does that even mean, pal?
Yeah, like, what?
Well, I just realized these are, like, weaker version dudes that do the shifting.
Yeah. But, like, what is the occupation or former occupation of these people? Like, what were they doing for a living?
Groundskeepers. Groundskeepers of the graveyard?
I mean, maybe, but, like... In what way, then, would the graveyard shift give you cancer? For that? No.
No. God, I hate these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, just about everything could cause cancer.
Right, but I mean, like... What occupation would, like, that be, like, a normal phrase? Like, they're like, you know... Being a lumberjack is a hazardous occupation. Or, like, you know, something where it's like a known thing. Like that, where it's just like, yeah... Like, what job has a danger of giving you cancer that doesn't in the daytime?
I really don't know. I'm seriously, like, trying to come up with any semblance of an answer, even, like, a dumb one, but, like...
Right. Like, I can't even come up, like, with a joke answer. It's like, no, there's just nothing that I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. These guys look like fishmongers. Like...
Kind of do.
Like, they look like they're, like, operating boats out on the ocean. Like, with the overalls.
Oh, in the night over the ocean, you... Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense.
The night shift are the ones who have to can the tuna, and the mercury in the tuna can cause cancer with exposure.
Mercury reflects the moon's rays, which are technically the sun's rays, bouncing off the moon, which cause cancer, and then it reflects to you and
was dead.
cancer.
That's why Blutz waves are such a weird concept. It's just like, yeah, that's how you become a Super Saiyan, is because, or not a Super Saiyan, but go Great Ape.
Yeah.
It's like the Blutz waves and the full moon reflecting the light gives off Blutz waves. It's like, it's just the sun.
It's just the sun
Bouncing off the moon.
Ow! None of that.
They're like, stop arguing about deep lore for Dragon Ball. Nobody cares.
I forgot about Blutz waves.
Is that just like a GT thing? Is that?
I'm fairly certain it is.
Because, like, I think the whole thing was like Goku could go 3, and Vegeta never did. And then, like, Bulma, like, made some kind of, like, giant, like, satellite dish-looking thing that, like, shot out Blutz waves, and that let him hit 3, or maybe it was even 4.
No, yeah. No. He never hit 3. He skipped and went straight to 4.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain of
I
that.
never watched GT.
I did, but, like...
But that made you sad?
Yeah. Because basically, I watched it, and I didn't understand at the time that it, like, was, like, considered, like, weird and, like, non-canon.
Yeah.
I never understood that, and I just thought, I was like, man, this show's turning really dumb. You know what I mean? But it was also kind of a, like, I've already been here for so long, I might as well keep going mentality. Right. It's not like it was all bad. There were some cool things. Like, I liked the way Super Saiyan 4 looked.
Yeah.
And the concept behind it is cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you turn into the Great Ape, and then you go Super Saiyan as a Great Ape, and then you condense that down into a human form. That's a cool idea.
It's a cool way to use something that's been irrelevant for a while. In a way that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, after... What? When was the last time anybody used something Great Ape? Was it the Saiyan Saga?
It was literally Saiyan Saga. It was... Yeah.
It was when Gohan, like, basically crushed Vegeta and was going, like, totally nuts.
Well, Vegeta used it first.
Right, yeah.
Vegeta was like, you know what? Screw this. And tried to do it, and then they cut off his tail. And it was like, uh-oh. And then Gohan did it.
Right.
On accident, technically. And then they stopped all that. But yeah, that was the last time that anything like that was really ever done.
Now that I think about it, Vegeta was only able to because he, like, condensed a bunch of power into, like, a fake...
He created an artificial moon.
Right.
That was actually a technique developed by Bardock.
Oh, okay.
I think he mentions it. Like, your dad was, like, a great scientist, and he created this.
Right. He's like, he was a subpar warrior, but a brilliant scientist.
Uh-huh.
It's just like, yeah.
Which...
Like most scientists, he just went around murdering alien races with his friends.
Yeah, it's crazy, because, like, he wasn't a subpar warrior at all. And he also really wasn't a good scientist in the, like, flashbacks. He was like a boots-on-the-ground grunt.
Are you saying there's weird inconsistencies with the canon of the Dragon Ball universe, AJ?
I would never.
Are you saying there's weird inconsistencies with the lore of insert universe here?
I would never.
Because I would say the second one pretty much almost always applies.
Oh my god! I'm gonna die.
Yeah, probably because you got hit by a train.
Yeah.
Is that a train? Like a small steam engine that got hucked at you? Yeah.
Yeah, it for sure looks that way, don't it?
I say small as in, like, relatively, because when you think of hit by a train, you typically think more than one car, but, like...
Yeah, the whole train.
Right.
Also, these batteries only fill up, like, a quarter of this thing.
I was thinking that's what was happening, but I also wasn't paying close enough attention to be sure.
It's really not a problem, because I usually have max batteries anyway, so, like... It's not even like, oh no, I'm going through all my batteries. Like, I was, like, popping them just, like, pop, 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 against the train just now, and
right.
I'm still at 11.
Yeah, you're still over half capacity.
Ooh. Ooh, flashgun ammo. Ah, my eyes!
Side of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's
I made a
shelf
sandwich.
filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one.
And a good
He
one.
writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise.
Like that lady?
Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Man, every other time it's been one of those where, like, he's, like, ranting and raving as he's, like, pacing around the room.
Mm-hmm.
I've always assumed it was just him talking. But that was just him clearly, like, noticing the camera or whatever.
And staring at it and, like, not
staring at it and, like,
talking.
poking at it and being all freaked out and not talking. And so it's like, are we reading his thoughts? Like, what's going on with these TVs?
Don't know. All I know is that I have a hunting rifle now. Which is dope, because I really like the hunting rifle. It hits really hard.
So did you not have many shotgun rounds left?
Not really. Not that I
Okay.
remember. Let's see.
It's unfortunate you have to swap.
I had 8 shots, so...
So you just had a full tube, and it's like...
It's a game.
Yeah.
And besides, like I was talking about before, I'm pretty sure that shotgun is weaker.
The pump action.
Yeah. Stop it. Thank you. Shattered even. Stop doing shattered even things. Thanks.
And then the shadow left forever. The end.
Alan, what? You were famous at one point?
Yeah. I mean, really still is, just hasn't produced any new work in a while.
The
Oh,
kidnapper
phone call.
had sent me a text. The message was filled with spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
You stupid... I hate you. I hate you. You're dumb. You're a handsome boy. I really like you. I like your books. But also, hurry up. Like,
Love the kidnapper.
love, kidnapper.
The end.
I got a lot of these shots. I might
The
as well
flare
use
gun?
these,
Yeah.
Might as well use these. As we've pointed out, I don't always get to keep these.
Yeah.
So I was kind of just using the shotgun when we opened up, like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is not Resident Evil. Like, careful inventory management is not a huge priority. Oh, man.
That felt good.
That was nice.
That felt real good. Oh. Oh, no. I tried.
The fact that you turned around right as they materialized really kind of screwed you.
Yeah. Are they coming back? Okay.
Oh, come on, you picked me out of all the flock.
What the flock? Get it? Oh. Shouldn't have jumped out on that. Shouldn't have jumped out on that. What even just happened? Whatever.
Like, you know the remake of Punch-Out? Where you, like, hit Glass Joe and he's like, "Boo!" Like, you did
Yeah.
that in the air for a second.
Sacre bleu.
He was, "Boo!" And then you just,
Yeah.
like, snap back to, like, no, I'm running again.
Man, why do they let Glass Joe fight still?
It's a good question.
Wasn't he like 0 and like 30 or something, like crazy like that?
Yeah,
It's
like, just
bud,
never won a fight ever.
But just, I'm sorry, give up. Like, why
Yeah.
are you doing this?
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know what else to do with my life. I don't have any other skills.
I love how when you go and do like the reruns of the fights. What's this? Alan, stop that! That's spooky. No, Alan, no, Alan, out, Alan. Oh.
That's a throwback to the earlier days of the internet.
Yup. Oh, but when you do the championship fighting where like you're keeping your title and they come back and re-challenge you, I love that when it's Glass Joe, his whole thing is that he just gets to wear the helmet and like safety gear,
the, like kickboxing.
Yeah, and it's like, well, how is that legal?
Yeah.
I had to just, like fight like a normal person when I was fighting against everybody, and it was just a normal fight when I fought the champion. Why did they get advantages now that I'm the champion?
Well, I mean, I think I can't remember.
Everybody had something like that.
Like
that was
King Hippo, I think was his name, and he just had the big like bandage on his belly button, like "Don't hit me here," and he just had like a manhole cover on it. It's like what? It's like, oh yeah, we let Mike Tyson put horseshoes in his boxing gloves for your fight. And it's like, what is wrong with this league?
That's dumb. Oh, I should probably not be here. What's happening?
I don't know what all that was.
I also should have gone down that other way, because this looks like progression. And the other way, I thought was progression! Okay, chill out. Real rude of you. First off. Yes, hunting rifle.
Is that another? Or is that just... Oh, it was the flare casting his shadow from a different direction.
Yeah.
Like, behind him, I just see another, like, shadow shape. And it was, like,
who's this guy?
Different. And I'm like, oh, it's just his being cast from a different angle.
Shadows casting shadows.
Yeah, you know. That's all I got.
I don't.
That's all I got.
To be fair, that's about all the description they give. Yeah,
It made out of darkness, but darkness isn't necessarily just a shadow. It can also be metaphorical. Metaphorical shadows that are physical. You know.
Physically metaphorical.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever
Metaphor physical.
Yeah. You ever wonder how shadows, or lack of light travels faster than light? Or at least at the same speed?
I would say it travels at the same speed.
Oh.
Also, can we talk about the fact, like, because you were like, do you ever think about, and I'm like, all I'm thinking about right now is, how did these people get around in this place
without doing this?
Precariously moving around, like, steel beams on cranes.
Okay, so where am I putting this one?
Like, right there?
Here?
Yeah, and then you can go around to the right.
Oh, this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ow. Yeah, this place seems poorly thought out. I guess maybe it had a bit more structure to it before.
I think you gotta bring it down more than that. To where it's like between far left and like middle right.
Right like there?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah. And then I'm probably gonna have to bring it up for the
one more.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying though?
Just like, I'm sure this is just really dilapidated at this point, and there probably was better bridging and pathing, but it's all just gone to hell.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Like, why?
So now I go back down, I put it all the way up, and then...
Yeah. All the way up.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up! Well. Now I am.
I was waiting for it. I almost said it, like, finishing your sentence for you, and I'm like, oh, I get what he's doing. Like, right about to say, now I am. Ah! Stole it.
Hee. Where are we again? Where are we doing this?
We're going to make out point.
No, that was a while ago.
Yeah, no, it's like Mirror Peak, yeah.
Mirror Peak?
Yeah, when you had it paused, it said, where are we going? It's
What's
like, that's got to be where we're supposed to go. So yeah, now the real question...
Maybe
this is the way you get up here like a normal person.
Wait,
it's
is
just
this
a
the way I'm
convenient...
supposed to go?
I feel like it has
Peak,
to
but yet
be. The lookout. Like,
No,
reach the Mirror Peak lookout. Like,
no, that's it.
oh.
So what's up here? Oh, I'm stuck.
Is it just me or the running animation's a little weird?
Yeah, they
Like,
are.
I noticed it, I think, only because you were going upstairs, but it was kind of Scooby-Doo, like there's not as much friction as there should be
Yeah.
when you were walking.
Oh, a manuscript page. What's this one say?
Man, this kidnapper is just lazy. There's manuscript pages just laying about everywhere. If he really wants the manuscripts, like, just look down at the ground.
Pear was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up.
Tor?
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench.
Oh.
His might on Sinclair's head. We're on a comeback.
I think he keeps missing an H, but whatever. I'm Tor, the god of thunder. Oh,
I'm Tor too. I worked out yesterday.
yes, Tarte. What if Thor, like the real Thor, like came down to Earth and like proved without a shadow of a doubt that he was a god and only a god, but the god of thunder. And he was just like, "Yes, I am Tor, the god of thunder." And we're like,
Are you
"Wait, but
sure
but
it's
but
not?
it's spelled an H." It's like, "Oh no, the H is silent." And it's like, "Huh? Really? Oh,
It's just one of those names where it's like, oh, that sucks.
yeah."
Like, I'm sure your parents didn't mean to do something to you like that. Like, they just didn't foresee it being a problem. But they
like,
really kind of, like,
yikes.
made things more difficult for you than they needed to be. I mean, like, mine is just, like, a mild inconvenience. But even with my name, sometimes it just ends up being, like, an issue. Because my name is Jessee, but it's Jessee.
Yep.
And all the time, like, people are like, are you sure you spelled it right? And I'm like,
My own name?
yeah. It's like, boy, like, you just want to call me stupid in my face instead of just insinuating it like that? Like,
Oh! You know what? Have fun getting close to me now, idiots. What's up? Ow!
I was waiting.
Ah! Leave me alone!
There's been a couple times where it's like, yeah, that makes sense, and the game's just like, no, use the flashlight, because that's what we expected you to do. And it's like, well, why do I have 28 flares?
Yeah. Ow! No. See, I never ran into that trouble because, I mean, you know, my name's not AJ, but I go by AJ. That's just what everybody knows me by. And it's just like, it's an A and a J. It's not that hard. Then, freaking, what was that? Oh. Oh. This is gonna be bad. That's how people fall.
Yeah.
Then there was that Far Cry where there was AJ.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess technically my name could be spelled like that.
Right.
Like AJAY. AJ.
Right.
They pronounce it AJ, but that's a, you know, it's a cultural thing.
Right.
But like, and then I'm like, huh.
Oh!
That
was a very late reaction, Alan.
that very legitimately made my heart skip a little bit of a beat. Like, oh! Like, oh man, that was very close to me just being a pancake. Yowza. There's so many weird spellings of things all over the place.
I would say
Wait,
the
flare
biggest... Shoot the flare gun.
Nice.
Woo! There better be an achievement for shooting
All
those
the
and
stacks?
knocking all of them down.
Yeah, it's gotta be, right? What were you gonna say though? About spelling?
Oh, yeah, with your name, I think the bigger thing is the fact that you are a junior.
Yeah.
I'd say, like, that's the bigger thing with your name that causes, like, issues for you.
Oh, all the time. Like, well, because, you know, I have my dad's exact full name, and that causes weirdness a lot of the times.
Right.
like, one time that I can think of right now is that when my dad and I went out gambling one time, we were both playing roulette at the same table, having a great time. Get out of here.
Like, we're here to interrupt your story.
And we were both playing at the same table, and, are you a guy? Yeah. And we go to cash out, and he cashes out first, and everything's fine, and then I go to cash out, and they're like, there's like, hold on, like, we're having some, like, troubles, and I'm like, it's all good, no, it's fine. And they're kind of like, they're still taking a minute, and they're like, the person's like talking to other people, and they're like, hold on, just one moment, and they like go to the side, and I see them like get on the phone and like call somebody, and I'm just like, what? Ow, what is happening? Like, what problem could, like, they're just being really weird about it, and they're like, and the person's kind of like you could tell they're acting funny, like kind of like they're worried about something, and I'm just like, what is? And then it clicks in my head, and I'm like, oh gosh, and I'm just like, excuse me, sir, and they look over at me all like freaked out. They're like, yeah, and I'm like, are you freaked out because there's two people with the exact same name at the same table? And they kind of look at me like, yeah. I'm like, my dad and I were playing together. I have my dad's full name, like, with Junior at the end. And they were like, oh, like, okay, and then that was literally the issue.
Right.
And all that they did was, I was just like, can you just like make sure Junior is in the system under like my account and everything? Because we had like, you know, members cards or whatever. And they were like, yep, we'll just do that. Because for some reason it didn't.
Yeah.
It was just my full name, and same for my dad. So they were just really, really confused, because they're like, they thought we were trying to pull some kind of like scam or something.
Right.
With like 2 rewards cards going at once. But nope. Just me being named after my dad.
You think they would have noticed that it's like 2 different member numbers?
Yeah, well, that's the thing though, is that like, it was, but then that's a problem. Because then that's the issue.
Right.
One person with 2 different member cards that they can get rewards off of.
Gotcha.
That was the worry. Formed in a volcanic crater, the volcano itself could be considered to be active, but it has not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970. And even then, the underground activity was comparatively mild, despite some property damage. There were no casualties. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful lake spots in Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local folktales. It's a popular recreational area for the area residents.
So down there's no cabin?
I don't even see the lake. Oh! God, that... Ugh.
The, like, vertigo?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that, like, you're clearly, like, disconnected from the game? Like, this is not a real-life situation, and still, like, that part of your brain just goes, no.
Just the, like... Everything Evolution's taught your brain to, like, be wary of kicks in.
Right.
It's like, that's death, that's death, that's death. Like, get away. Oh, this is... Okay. Let's just drop that. Cover my back. Get you out of the way. Get you...
Wow.
Fools done.
Oh,
Ow.
you have the hunting rifle out.
Yeah.
It sounded the same as the revolver. I thought you just one-shot that dude with the revolver. I'm like, that's impressive.
Yeah, I got a new revolver. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got him.
You're still not broken? You were in that flare, bro. Please just do the
Close,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, they were a big boy. Which makes sense.
Yeah. That was, like, pretty tense of just like, okay, you're on a bridge. You're in the middle of the bridge. There are enemies coming at you from both sides.
Yeah.
I like the way they did that, too, because it's like, one side, you have 3 regular dudes. The other side, you have a heavy. So you got, like, which one do you prioritize? Which is you think is the easier route to deal with? I'm sure some people focus down the heavy guy first and then took
just
care of the little
go
ones.
back across the bridge as they're like fighting.
But like I have full stack of flares, so
yeah, I was just thinking it's like you shoot the flare gun at the side with 3 guys and just then turn around and kill the heavy.
Which is another great like decision. I feel like the only reason the flare gun wouldn't work that well against 3 guys is because they were spread out enough that I don't think it would have killed all 3 of them.
Probably not.
Maybe not even 2 of them. Oh, double kick section? Yeah! Oh.
No, the first one you just pushed. You didn't kick it.
No, I thought I kicked it.
It said push when you walked up to it. I think you like shoulder checked it.
Oh, okay. I just assume when it says hit B on a thing, it's just like, kick it.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, that's not normal. But, sure.
You gotta go in a spooky basement.
Not the spooky basement. Yeah!
It makes me laugh that, like, it's like you kick something... Oh.
Okay.
Like, as you progressed further, it got more just descent into madness, like, Tom.
That's... Oh.
I curse you, Thomas Zane.
Fair.
But the rest say, I miss you, Tom.
Tom, you talk to me on TV. So Thomas Zane...
In CW. Isn't that a television network?
Yes, it is. You talk to me on TV! It's all making sense now.
Book Talk with Thomas Zane on the CW.
On the CW. There's a lot of stuff in here. Which means we're probably coming up on a boss soon of some sort. Because they usually don't throw you into a room with a ton of, like, ammo and things if they're not going to throw something heavy at you.
I like how you fought a bulldozer and that, like, wasn't even a boss.
It was, but it wasn't. It was
a mini-boss.
But, like, boy, did I make it look like an idiot.
But, like, was it an actual, like, end-of-chapter thing?
No, but to be fair, they're kind of, like... Ooh. Oh, that's a good one.
Now the room is full of boogans.
That's so many flares, I can keep this up for a while, pals. Keep those 2 locked over there. Are these all tough guys? Ah, wait. What are you... Oh, did somebody throw something at me or something?
Probably.
You know what?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Oh, wow.
There's more coming down the stairs, too.
I know. Reload. Bop, bop, bop. Boy, that was a lot.
Yeah.
I guess I was right. They were giving me a bunch of stuff for a reason. Oh, I can pick this up now. Sweet.
So can you actually still get across up here?
Probably. Yeah. And kia. Almost missed that. Almost jumped too early.
Keyword, though, is almost. You made it.
So, like, am I just wiping out the entire town at this point? Because I've been killing a lot of possessed people.
Yeah.
Maybe these are, like, constructs. Because, like, we were talking about how, like, some people are taking over, and they're kind of different.
Right. They're not, like...
The lady was very different, because she didn't fully turn. She was just being controlled and told to stay. But then there was the sheriff guy that was bleeding out, and then he became a bad guy. But he was a lot tougher, so I feel like the constructs are the, like, weaker ones.
And the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
It could have been anything.
Well, to be fair, when you killed the sheriff, though, like, his body just, like, kind of you know,
I was close now.
fizzed away into nothingness to, like,
Dreaded what I
the constructs that you've been killing.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is, like, the reason that those guys are tougher is because they have a physical body that, like, they form around.
Hey, I'm here.
Whereas the other ones are just shadows, and that's why they're weaker. And, like, it would still fizzle away because even when it controls inanimate objects, they fizzle away. Because it probably just alters them basically on a molecular level.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make a play ball.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, kind of expected that, considering.
Yeah.
Hello. At first I was like, why did he just jump for no reason, but for a flare, yeah, I'd jump for it.
I mean, could have just kept the 13 other flares. Just used one of them that you have in your pocket.
That's true.
It's a cutscene flare, it's different.
Also, was the flare going out when it hit the water?
I think it was going out. Because, yeah, it should be burning in the water. Like, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah, which
Well,
is
not the whole point, but...
a big point of how they designed them.
That was always one of the most... we're in between chapters.
Yeah.
We gotta talk over the copyrighted song and then cut it out and
Yeah,
all
wait.
that.
Why did you go open, like, stop? Like, that's the worst thing you can
Yeah, I
do when you
know, that's
realize
what I
where we
just,
are.
like, realized. Well, because I thought something important was happening, I'm like, oh, it's the end of the chapter thing. So,
Haunted by the law.
we might be able to get away with that.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if not, I could always just cut the, like, 2 seconds of song from the actual game audio.
Yeah.
Um,
Turning into a horror. It's been a horror story. What?
But that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
And then I died, I think. I don't know.
yeah.
There was a scene where, like, I was, like, sitting, you know, with my arms outstretched and there's light around me.
Alice.
Kind of a Jesus allegory.
Hartman.
Oh.
I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No. You lie.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
It's okay, Alan. Just let
Oh.
it go.
That, I honestly, is it crazy that I'm like, that seems like the most logical thing for what's actually happening right now.
It does.
Oh man, I just realized where we're at on time.
Where are we at on time?
40 minutes?
Oh my
I mean,
goodness!
I think we took a minute or two to get into the episode, but not that long. So,
Meme was making me numb. I felt like this
So,
was
yeah.
happening to someone else.
we're gonna go
Someone
ahead
was
and,
watching on television.
Call this one here?
yeah, go around Hartman's
Couldn't
clinic
focus.
next time.
Yeah, and we'll let him finish his monologue at least. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
I'll talk about what I was going to talk about next episode.
No,
probably.
you won't. You'll
Oh,
forget.
yeah, I will, because this is the last one we're recording today for Alan Wake.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot everybody. Bye.
Stay strange.
Be a parrot.